Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon.
Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey?
Yep.
On the Bourbon Note? All right, Ben, what is this Tennessee whiskey you speak so fondly of?
Well, this is one I've been looking forward to. We have got BAM Uncle Nearest 1856. So this one is interesting because this is the newer expression of it. I mean, the 1856 is their normal expression, but from everything that I've been able to sort of learn, this new bottling is, I believe, their own distillate now. They started out sourcing.
Now they've
now
reached the age where they're...
Yeah, switched to their own.
Nice.
And I have had the old one, which I do have, and we can do a comparison, and I like it.
Okay.
And so I'm very interested in trying this one first on its own, just because this is the new bottle.
Okay.
And it's kind of one of the reasons that we haven't reviewed this yet, because I've had that other bottle for a while, but then I knew this was coming out. It's like, well, why review the old one, until the new one comes out? So, interesting story about this bourbon, this
why don't
brand.
you tell us?
Uncle Nearest, this is named after a freed slave named Nathan Nearest, who actually taught Jack Daniels the Lincoln County process.
That's amazing.
So he's actually basically like the creator of the Lincoln County process.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the woman who runs this distillery, Fawn Weaver, was a journalist, and she was doing some research about the whole Uncle Nearest story.
Okay.
And then wound up starting a distillery up.
Named it after him?
Yeah, yeah. And so, and I'll try to put a link to, there's been some different news stories where they've talked about the whole story of Uncle Nearest and how Fawn Weaver got into the position with the distillery that she did. And it's two really great stories.
Cool.
So I would encourage you to go check that out. If I don't remember to put the link in
it is on YouTube, pretty easy to find.
Definitely look up Fawn Weaver, Uncle Nearest, because it's a great stories. So anyway, Tennessee whiskey, 100 proof.
I'm not getting any kind of whiskey bourbon notes, like no ethanol.
I don't see an age statement.
I think I'm gonna chalk that one up to dishwasher
It
influence.
happens.
That's kind of,
So I'm really trying to rinse the glass here, especially when you're pouring very small amounts, as we tend to do for...
Yeah.
There we go. This is starting to open up.
A little bit.
Kind of a little nutty, a little oaky.
Oak, I think.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't see
What's
an
the
age
proof
statement.
on here?
100.
100 proof, no age statement, but so probably younger.
It says premium whiskey, but it does not say straight whiskey. Distilled and aged in Tennessee. It still says bottled by Nearest Green Distillery.
So we don't 100% know.
Yeah, but what I was reading about this new label looks a little different. I'm just going to bring this out now because we're going to end up comparing, but and maybe I'll try to remember to take a picture of the two. But they do have slightly different labels. So let's get into the taste here.
Very subtle. It's almost like nutmeg is what I'm picking up.
Yeah, some baking stuff.
All right, here it goes. More cinnamon than I would have thought. Oh, building cinnamon. That's really getting up there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a spice to it.
Wow.
It says on the bottle here, remarkably smooth and aged to perfection. I would say it does come across as smooth. I don't necessarily mean that as an insult, but it comes across as lighter than 100 proof I'm getting.
I think this really surprisingly low proof point because it's got a lot of what I associate with barrel spice, although I really do think this is younger, but I don't know.
I am getting a little barrel spice.
Yeah, it's noticeable barrel spice to me today.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like it drinks a little lighter than 100, but not low proof. I would maybe assume this is about 90.
It's also got a really good density. This one is kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking about it wrong. I assumed it was younger, but if it's being sourced, I mean, maybe from Dickel, maybe it is like more of a 5-year, quality age.
Yeah. This one also says, distilled and aged in Tennessee and bottled by Uncle Nearest, Columbia, Tennessee. This one's Shelbyville, Tennessee. So I don't know.
Okay, we're not sure where it's from, but I actually really like it.
I really think this is
But I feel it like it's not a in your face. It really, everything about it builds. Like the spice, it really burns on the side of your tongue, which is kind of a good,
I'm getting a little bit
experience
more with every sip as well. It's starting to, that proof is starting to come through a little bit more. So maybe that was just, first couple sips there. Let's try out the, well, we can probably use the same glass.
Okay. Almost done with this one.
Or just grab another one.
No, it's okay. Oh, you can use the same one.
And again, if these are, one's their own distillate and one's source, they could be very different. Typically when we're drinking something from the same distillery, I don't always change the glass if it's not a massively different product.
This one here.
Ooh. This one definitely comes across as having a little more age on it.
Ooh. A little aggressive with the pour.
Ah, it's Saturday.
It is.
Pour away.
It's my first whiskey of the day. Already messing up.
Well, now it's the second one.
Well, second. First video.
A little sweeter, a little fruity on the nose. I'm definitely getting
red
more.
Fruit.
Yeah, red fruit. Yeah. Little sort of cherry. Good barrel spice again.
But still the nice brown sugar, caramely kind of.
I was gonna say a sugary sort of note.
Density.
This one kind of had a bit of a sugary, like wood sugars.
Yeah.
Let's go for the taste on this one. Cheers.
It has a brightness.
Yeah.
Although, I'm getting a note that I absolutely did not get on this one. Mm-hmm. And this is a note associated with another distillery and a children's vitamin.
Are you getting Dickel vibes on this?
I think I'm getting Fred Flintstone vitamins kind of note. The flavor that you get after a Flintstone vitamin. Yeah, minerally.
It's easy for me to assume an undisclosed distillery in Tennessee is going to be Dickel, so I tend to look for notes like that.
Yeah.
Which you and I, we're not George Dickel haters.
No, we did a flight and we found 4 of the 5 we reviewed we really liked. One was the outlier, but I'm getting that note, similar note.
And typically we have, along with that vitamin, Flintstone vitamin that you're talking about, we get that red fruit. It's not just that mineral note, it's that kind of cherry. But I really like this actually. This one I feel is a different distillate.
I think they're totally different. I genuinely dislike this one. I think there's...
Really?
Yeah. And I don't remember having it in the past, but today, knowing what I know of another distillery which I'm associating with it, I don't like this mash bill. This one I like a lot. I really like the kind of the sneak up on you, kind of like the building heat.
Yeah.
This one is interesting. I like this one a lot.
That's interesting because, as we said, you and I both have liked a lot of the Dickel products we tried. We don't know for sure if that's what this is, but it's reminding us of that.
Yep.
So I'm shocked that you don't like this.
I just, that's by far the most prominent note, and it's kind of off-putting.
Really? Yeah. Okay. I like them both. I feel like this one, the one that I believe is the sourced one versus what I believe is the new distillate, I feel like there's an age difference, it seems, because this one is just coming across a little bit weaker, the newer one, but it's got good flavor to it.
I could see that. This one could, this one may be more mature.
Yeah.
Where the wood spices, well, nice, it doesn't drink like it's super mature. Like well-aged.
And it does have, the newer one has a little bit extra smoothness, which is very appealing to some people. For me, not quite as much. I like the, the roughness of it, I guess if for lack of a better way to describe it. I like the bite, the burn.
Yeah.
But I think they're both good. Around $50.
Okay.
So, I mean,
if there's somebody who, from Uncle Nearest or, somebody who's a real big fan, knows a lot about it, I would really like to know, is this their distillate versus what used to be sourced? Because I like this a ton.
Good, yeah.
But this one I'm a little on the fence about.
I like them both, but I think these are going to start going away, the older one,
yeah,
and they'll get replaced with this one. And I think as they keep going, maybe they'll put some older and older juice out. But again, to the best of my knowledge, I've read some rumblings, not on their official site, but that the new label is the new
That's awesome.
actual distillate from them. So I would say good job anyway.
Yeah,
I'd
totally.
like to explore some more of their products. They have some more premium different ones. We had one.
They have another, well, back from a couple years ago when this one came out, there's a white label where this one's darker.
Yep, and that one's a little lower proof.
Is it, yeah, maybe a different mash. I forget.
And it's a different year on the thing. And then they have one that has more like a green.
It's a
label.
rye, I think.
Well, they've got a bourbon that has it too. Remember we had, or is it? I don't know. I can't remember. They've had a few different products come out, and they all share a very similar logo. They're just slightly different in color.
Yep.
But yeah, I would explore more of these.
Totally agree.
If I saw another variation of it at a reasonable price, I would definitely pick one up.
Totally agree.
All right. Well, this has been 2 versions of Uncle Nearest 1856 on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Till next time. See you next time.